WWE presents its final pay-per-view of 2022 Saturday night at TD Garden in Boston with Survivor Series WarGames. What a difference a year makes. 1 year ago, the main event was champion versus champion. Big E going one-on-one with Roman Reigns. This year, it's the complete opposite. It's more about, Keith, WarGames. There we go. It's more about war. It's more about the next man up, not Raw versus SmackDown. Great build, Keith. Most matches, in my opinion, seem predictable, but let's get your thoughts before we get to the predictions.
I couldn't agree more. It really is what a difference a year makes. I mean, last year we went back, we were still dealing with it's Raw versus SmackDown, even though that doesn't fucking matter. WarGames last year was Team 2.0 versus Team Black and Gold, and here we are now with them all matched together, and we all can't wait for it.
Yeah, well, let's get to it. Let's get to the first match. And we don't know if this is going to be a match, but we're still going to predict it. LA Knight goes one-on-one with Bray Wyatt. Keith, a match I never thought I needed, and a match I don't, necessarily see happening. LA Knight was left unconscious on SmackDown. Why would this lead to a match, or why would this lead to a normal match? For me, this is easy. I got to go Bray if it happens. Keith, let's hear it.
Well, you bring up a good point there. I mean, if it even happens, we are recording this before SmackDown on Friday, so all of this is subject to change. Might be some stuff added we're not even going to talk about today. I'm kind of right there with you, though. I think it's Wyatt going over. I feel like this match, if it does go off, it's a lose-lose situation. You don't want Wyatt to lose necessarily, but you also want to make Knight look like a chump. So it's going to be Wyatt, though. They put a lot more money behind him.
Yep. I dig it. Let's get on with the next match. Ronda Rousey, your SmackDown champion, goes one-on-one with Shotzi Blackheart. Keith, let's hear it. What do you got?
This is the most foregone conclusion of the night. Nobody, including the woman herself, thinks Shotzi's walking out of there with that title. Ronda's going over. If Papa Trips wants to keep his girl looking strong, because he does love Shotzi, as do I. I don't want any hurt for that one there. Papa H wants to keep her looking tight. Maybe Shayna gets involved in some way, and then Shotzi and Shayna feud from here because someone else might come back for Ronda's throne, but Ronda's walking out with that title no matter what.
Yeah, Ronda will still be your SmackDown champion. I like it. I like that Blackheart is part of the Big Four pay-per-view, aka main eventing with Ronda Rousey. I love it. The real question is, what is going to happen at the end of this match? Will Charlotte appear? Because this isn't going to be a 5-star match. We know that.
I think it's a tough call. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she does, but I also would be extraordinarily surprised if she does. Survivor Series, it is a Big Four one. They're trying to bring back its luster with having WarGames and all, but of the Big Four, I mean, Survivor Series is clearly the fourth. I feel like you could even make a case that maybe Money in the Bank has replaced it as one of the bigger four. So I don't know. I feel like Survivor Series might not have the oomph for a big return like that, but maybe the big return like that is what'll give it the oomph. So
yeah,
tough to
makes
call
sense.
For me.
Yeah. Well, Keith, let's get to the next match. And this match, I think, will tear down the house. Your United States champion goes one-on-one with Bobby Lashley, Austin Theory. Yes, I am speaking about Seth frickin' Rollins. Keith, 2 weeks ago, our favorite people spoke. The IWC complaining about Austin Theory losing, getting buried. Well, this guy is a major player, and I think the only reason why Bobby is in the match is taking the pin. I don't see Theory winning, but I don't see Theory getting the pin. I think Seth Rollins walks out retaining his United States Championship.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think Rollins is also retaining. It's tough to call who's taking the pin for me here, because I don't think you don't want Theory taking the pin because they're trying to rebuild him. Although maybe if he takes the pin, that helps the rebuilding process somewhere, break him down before you build him back up again. But it also, I don't think Bobby takes the pin, or if Bobby takes the pin, it's because of some nonsense where Theory like fucking hits him in the head with a goddamn brick, and then Rollins hits a stomp too and just gets him and throws Theory out or something, But I think Rollins, they're pushing Rollins as this face. He's listed as a face, even though he's cutting heel promos and stuff. I don't see him losing here, though. I don't see him losing it here.
So let's get to the next match here. Let's start with one of the War Games. We're going to start with the women's War Game. It is Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Mia Yim, and somebody to be determined going one-on-one with Damage Control. So that is Bayley, Dakota Kai, Io Shirai, Io Sky, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley.
So I think first I'll start out here. The Bianca's fifth member. I am going
Oh,
either
yes. Let's hear it.
I'm going either Candice LeRae or the more likely one, in my opinion, Liv Morgan. That's the fifth member. I think it's actually going to be Liv more so than Candice, but I would love to see Candice mixing it up in there. She has WarGames experience. I think winner of the match, it's the Damage Control team. They need the win. I mean, the most glory they've kind of had since coming back was, Kai and Shirai or Kai and Sky winning the tag titles, losing them, and then getting them back like 2 days later. They need some more shine going on. But aside from that, I think they're going to take it because I think there's going to be some, I don't know what to call it, with Alexa and or Liv, because they've been getting all wyated in the back. So something's going to happen with them. They're going to snap. They're going to take it too far, do something wild that gets them in trouble. Damage Control is going to take the win here.
I think Damage Control needs a reset, and I think Nikki and Rhea being thrown into the match, it just doesn't make sense. The match itself doesn't make sense. I love the idea with WarGames, these ladies going all out. That's what I want to see. That's why this match was made, just because of WarGames. But at the end of the day, I don't see anything happening after this. I don't think anything leads to this. And if it is, it's going to be down the road. It's going to be Rhea and Bianca. I don't see that happening now. I think Rhea is so good right now in her role with the Judgment Day, and Bianca is just killing it as the champion. So I got Bianca Belair and her team winning this just because I don't know where this is going. And now, Keith, the fifth member. Again, I don't know where this is going. You don't want to add somebody else into the mix that is on the roster because it doesn't make sense. So why not just do it one night only? Bring Beth Phoenix back. It just makes sense. Put her in the mix. Let her get the win. Let that team get the win and be done with this. Yes, Bianca and Rhea. I know. I see it. Maybe sometime down the line, but I don't see it in 2 weeks. I don't see it in 3 weeks. I see it down the line. That's what I got. The next match on the card is AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. Keith, does this match happen before or after the Women's War Games? Does that have an effect on this match? Who knows? In my opinion, Finn has been killing it lately. He's been winning a shit ton of matches. He's been on fire. But at the end of the day, I got to go with AJ Styles here just because of that reason. Finn can take the L. I mean, AJ can too, but I feel like AJ winning at Survivor Series means more for the OC than the Judgment Day. So quick and easy, baby. I got AJ Styles.
So the before or after the Women's War Game match doesn't really play too much into it for me here. I also have Styles going over. This one for me out of the whole card, the whole card, there's friggin' 5 matches announced right now, but out of anything on the card, this was the biggest coin flip for me. I really think there's a case to be made for either one to take the win. I think Styles wins though, give the OC their win back after Crown Jewel. Keep this going on. I don't mind these guys feuding for a long time. You got everything all added in. Mia Yim's kicking it with them now to counteract Rhea. We can keep OC and JD fighting for a while. I don't hate the Judgment Day. I love the OC. I love everybody involved in it except for Dom. Nice. But I feel like he could get involved too. Who knows?
Yeah, I love it. Let's get to the main event. The Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, Rich Holland, and Butch with Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens go one-on-one with the Bloodline. I don't have to name them, but I will. Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Sami Zayn, and the Usos, Jimmy and Jay Uso. Keith, take it away. The main event is here. Let's hear it.
One match the Bloodline's going to actually lose. So I got Team KO, Brawling Brutes, and Drew McIntyre taking the win here. I think this is the start of showing cracks in the Bloodline. I don't think any of the, I hate to put it this way because I love my Sami Zayn so much, but I think no one in the true Bloodline is taking the loss. I think Sammy's taking the pin. And I think there's a chance that Sami takes the pin after something happens where Jay doesn't really break it up, or Jay is responsible for him taking the pin or something like that to kind of further that storyline along. But I think Sammy's taking the pin. The good guys are going to win here. Bloodline's going to, like I said, the cracks start to form and see where that takes us.
There's only one thing that I can see, and you said it, and it deals with our boy, Sami Zayn. He's the only person that I can see here taking the pin and doing something with it. I think if it's just a normal, War Games match, I guess War Games isn't normal, but if it's just any other match, I think the Bloodline wins here, but just because it's War Games and just because of Sami Zayn being in the, the spotlight right now with the Bloodline in that story, it's something that I want to see after the fact too, because this match is going to kick ass, but after the fact, is there another storyline set up for the Bloodline? And I think Sammy, like you said, the cracks, all that, I think it makes most sense to see something with Jay and, the Bloodline doing something other than winning. This storyline needs something. They need to take an L, and War Games is perfect for the Bloodline to take that L. So, yep, I'm with you. The good guys win here. Not my favorite guys, but the good guys do win. I'm a big fan of the Bloodline. Keith, anything else about this pay-per-view you want to discuss before we end it?
I mean, not really. I'm hoping there's some matches added. I feel like there could be something, maybe something with that World Cup going on. Maybe the IC title match happens here. They got to add something to it though, because it's WWE. They're going to be a 3-hour card, and 5 matches for a third. What is it? 6 matches for a 3-hour card is not going to be too good. Especially knowing that Ronda Shotzi match is not going to go that long. So we want to give the War Games matches some time. That's fine, but got a lot of time to fill there, so they got to add some stuff in here.
You can find us on Twitter at the UW Pod and Instagram at UW Podcast. Peace.